Hey, welcome back everybody. Welcome back to my channel, AmusedJester, and my name is Junior. Today we're going to go and review G.I. Joe Classified's 1/12 scale Blaine Mainframe Parker. I've had this for quite a while. And this is the one of the very last figures that I have to review. So to finally clear out my space, let me go ahead and take it out of the box and let's see what's going on. All right, so this is everything that comes with the figure. Now, I got this for $25. So before they increase the prices for the Joes, which I believe right now is about either $27.99 or $26.99. I can't remember which. It's basically about the same price. But let me put out some stuff. So it's got a backpack. It's got some sort of data pad, a gun. I don't know what this is. It looks like some sort of walkie-talkie device held thing. And it's got the same thing over here, a knife. Here's an interesting thing. It's got a helmet or a headpiece and a secondary portrait. Now this is not removable. This is part of the portrait itself. And then you have a basic naked portrait and this string over here. I want to point that out because I believe in the very, the last, maybe about a year ago, it's not normal for G.I. Joe Classifieds to receive a secondary headpiece, right? For their regular base figures, because this is a regular base figure. I'm only pointing this out because I'm starting to notice that in the 27 price range that we are getting, I think most Joes are now getting a secondary head sculpt. I'm not entirely sure, but I just want to point that out. Anyway, now let's go into the details. Let's start off with a basic one. Here is the knife. Painted silver, very basic. Here's the gun. Detail, usual Joe stuff. Detail is there, but no paint application. I just don't know what this doohickey is. I really don't. It's got some sort of screen in there. This one also has a screen. It's got to be some sort of handheld device. And it's got a port for that tube. I think this is some sort of data pad. I mean, he is a mainframe. And does it open? It seems like it does. Let's attempt to do so. Yes, it does. So, very nice. Right? Yeah. I'm impressed by this. I'm impressed because of this, the screen. And here's the detail. Again, it's got some small stickers. It's weird, but it's the smallest thing like that makes it less plasticky, less toy-like. You know what I mean? It's the smallest detail it's making. I mean, at least for me. Now, could it use more paint? Yes, absolutely. But for what we're getting, is this one? Looks like some sort of port. Does this go into here? It seems, yeah, look at that. That's interesting. And I guess I might as well plug this in here. And then here in the back. Was that the other way around? I mean, it goes in, so I guess that works. Yeah, it works like that. And then it's got this. Will this fit here somehow? Wow. Okay. Unexpected. But that's cool. All right. So now let's look at the naked portrait. It's cool. Um, paint is subtle, but it's there. I could use for a little bit more darker shadows because the features on the face is quite flat, but it's okay. It's toyish, not realistic, but it's okay. It's G.I. Joe. There's the uniform. I like the splash of red. I can see it from the front, and I'm already liking it. Here's his somewhat wrist badge or rich wrist or something. And I want to point out this flash of red. Okay. Second portrait. Right. Patch on the cap. This does not go up and down. This is static. Yeah. Looks good. Put the helmet on. This is the classic mainframe that I remember. Always reminded me of a baseball cap. It fits very, very snugly, as if I mean, like, if you compare these two, it fits very, very snugly. I think that's one of the advancements in technology, that they can make helmets like this snug to the head now. Right? So then we put the rest of the gear here. I'll do a basic articulation movement. It's the Joe's. I don't think there's any change or anything. Oh, this, I guess I can put this here. Nice. And of course the gun goes in here. I'm not gonna put it on the hands because it might get lost. I mean, we've all seen that before. And while I do the basic articulation, let's do a head swap. Oh, it's stiffer than usual. There you go. Interesting flat ball joint there. Okay. All right. Articulation. Head. Not a lot backwards. A little bit forward. Side to side tilt is there. Side to side movement is there. It does have a cut on the bottom of the neck, and it moves the neck very, very slightly, almost negligible, to be honest. The butterfly wings can move. I'm trying not to move the bicep and just use the butterfly. It's slight, it's there, but it's very slight. I mean, like that. So it's there. You can move it. You can move the hands as close as it's there, but because how it's cut over here, it'll move closer on the top than it would on the side. You can go at a T-pose, not a problem. About as high as there as I'll push it. Bicep. Swivel. Double jointed elbow allows you to bend the elbow that much. The wrists are on an up and down hinge. On this side, and this side is, I can't tell, so let's pull this off because I wanted to show off as well that, oh, it's really tough. You can pull off the wrist if you want to. Interesting. It's got sculpted in some sort of not watch, but maybe part of the glove. This glove goes sideways, left to right, so that's cool. Yeah. Okay, and then it's got this style of crunch. I know people don't like that. I like it because it affords you better range of movement, and I'm more towards. I'm in this case. I'm more towards movement and articulation rather than design, which I'm fine with. The waist is on a ball hinge, so you can do a little bit of twist. But that's the movement backwards. That's the movement forwards. That's kind of, I guess, more helpful when you're doing poses like this for some reason. It does have a drop down joint for the hips, so you can extend the range if you want to. The hip can go slightly over 90 degrees forwards. Better. It has a good range in the back as well at 45 degrees. Off to the side is almost at 90, so that's good. Double jointed knee, so you shouldn't have any problems. And I almost forgot the thigh cut, which allows you. And even though this side holster is connected to the waist belt, as you can see, you can move it quite well. Now, no hindrance. And then this ankle, because of the design, doesn't afford you much going backwards, enough forwards, and it does have an ankle rocker. I'm gonna go ahead and put back the original head. This is basically how I remember Mainframe. The angle in this one, I'm not, well, maybe it's because I have them kind of squunched a little bit. Yeah, that's cool. That is really cool how it's segmented, and the bottom part is the computer. I like that, and I like that. $25 value. So here's the thing. I'm really surprised by the secondary head sculpt. Oh, this is, you can remove this, it seems like. Yeah. I like that aspect too. But there's no other place to transfer it. That's the only place to plug it in. So it's, I mean, it's removable, but why? You know, if you have other ports in, let's say if this was removable or this was removable and you can switch out, then that makes sense. But it's, you know, it's not. Anyway, $25. At the $25 price range, with a secondary head sculpt, even though we don't have different arms or hands or anything, which is fine by me because that's just gonna get lost to me anyway. In fact, I have the set of these hands, which I'm not entirely sure where it came from, because I don't have any figures out in the open that has this right now. I usually, bag it immediately. Anyway, for $25 of the original price, something like this, I'm close to like 14 to 15. And like the value is high for me because it's a secondary head sculpt, and that's always really good. I like the design they chose for this one. The tempos, the small detail when you flip open the monitor screen and everything. So for the original price of $25, I would value it 15. Now, it's not going to be fair because I'll have to value it once the $27 figures come in. But I feel like having a secondary head sculpt and this much accessories, it is a lot of accessories. And I feel like in the past they would not have done the tempo decal on the computer. I'm almost tempted to look at some of the Joe accessories that I have that have the same thing from a previous year's releases, but I just don't have any of the accessories right now in hand. But I feel like they wouldn't have done that in the first place. It feels like this has a lot more decals or color, just little bits of splashes of color that I feel make the figure stand up. So right now at the price range of $25, value is high as I don't want to push it to 15. Let's put it down to 14, right? So you definitely want to get it. I think it's a good figure. It's kind of, I mean, the only thing is like the face seems kind of rough for me. Like the features seem kind of rough. And of course, because this thing is just basically held on by friction, you might end up like it pops off easy. But I mean, it's a toy. How else can they make that? I mean, maybe they could have made like small pegs in there, but this is good enough. You can, you know, in most cases, it's a nice feature, but I actually would probably have him hold this in display. Yeah, I feel more comfortable with him doing like that. Anyway, so that's it for my review. I'm going to stop this here. I'm not going to speculate what my value would have been if in the new price range of $28. But and I don't want to put an opinion yet on the $28 if the figure that I have is not this one. I'm pretty sure I have a figure that I just came in at $28 price range, and I'll set my opinion on that. But for now, for Mainframe, at $25, the value is as high as 14, base price 10, equaling to $25. That's it for my review of Mainframe. It's a really good figure. One of the last ones that we're getting from $25 price range, which is anyway. Thank you for watching. I hope to see you guys again on my next review. Bye.